Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a dancer cross training class in which we'll focus on pliés, planks, and push-ups. But don't worry, the push-ups are more about pushing up and out of the floor, and we'll explore variations on the theme. Have water nearby. If you have a yoga mat, you could use it. A rug will work. I'll also be using a yoga block and a strap, but if you have a hand towel, a scarf, a sturdy novel, or even a pillow, then you can use those instead. So clear your space, and let's begin with a gentle warm-up, walking the feet out, a little wider than second position and slightly turned out, shifting and pushing the weight from side to side. Now you could just take the arms over the center, or if it feels good to go up and over the top, feel free to push and pull energy down and in. As you feel the weight shift to one side, perhaps sense the turn of the rib cage and the torso. You might even wrap the arms around the body and allow for an easy swing as you go side to side, across the heart or over the top, coming down on the diagonal. Yeah, or mix it up and do a little of both. Pushing and pulling down and in. As you feel the weight shift across, foot to foot, draw the navel in. Again, if you want to go up and over, feel free. The last few, feeling the drop swing, and then across, and that easy turn of the torso. Again. Now bring yourself back to the center, and let's pulse it in a second position plie, just pulsing down, and then pushing out. As you plie, press the palms forward, some jazz hands forward. And this is our push-up. Yeah, as though you're pushing the arms away and simultaneously pulling the navel in. You can act as if you're pushing actual energy forward, or like a couch, something you want to clear. But just that idea of giving yourself some resistance, something to push against, helps to inform the center and stabilize at your core. Now just this might feel like some work through the arms. Now let's reach up and pull in, elbows in close, crossing the arms over top. And again, if reaching up and over is too much, take it in front, taking it across. Perhaps it all feels good. Let's go with that. It all feels good. So you can try both on, up and in front, and up and cross front. Good. Last one. And rest. Let's take it to the right, and then plie center, drop swing the arms, plie tendu. So easy. Push off, point the toes, and that rebound through the arms gives you a little more momentum to lift up and out and test your balance. Excellent. One more each side. Bring it back to the middle. Now plant the hands on the thighs as you shift right and left. If you want to open this up a little wider, you can have the hands on the hips and just tip the shoulder and the elbow. Again, feeling the rib cage moving. If that feels good, and you want to go a bit deeper, you can take the hands to the thighs and then allow the rib cage and the shoulder to dip across. So using the hands on the thighs to support this, or taking it across into that push, up and over, down and out, and then maybe across the body. Again, pull in through your center to help rotate the torso as you push side to side. Now maybe you can reach up and over. Always moving for you at your pace. Building some heat. Last couple. And then bring it back to the center. Deep plie. And then heel toe. The feet in. All right, your variations. Whatever brings you back to the center. And then if you'd like to use a wall, a chair, mine's a little low, but tabletop or a chair. If you need balance, we're hands on the hips, easy tendu series, plie, and then the right leg's going to point in front, plie, out to the side, parallel, back to center, to the back, and then out to the side, plie through the middle, other side. So easy. All right, just point and ground to the back, once in each, and now turn it out. Same thing. Here we go. Right leg tendu turned out, plie through the center and to the side. Again, use the support that you need. Take it to the back and then out to the side. Pause in the middle. Find your support. Tendu, left leg front, plie. And second. And then taking it to the back. Well done. In the middle, pause. Come back to parallel. So zip it up through the center. Perhaps hands at the hips, using your support, or arms can reach out. Tendu, right leg with a little piqué, and then plie in the middle. Out to the side, tendu, brush lift, get the outer hip working, and plie. Now take it to the back, working on the back side, little glute lift, and then to the right again. Outer hip, back to the middle, pause, set your arms where you need them to be. Tendu left, little piqué lift, engaging the front of the leg, plie. Then out to the side, plie. Take it to the back, little piqué, plie, and then out to the side, little lift. In the middle, turn it out. Pause, maybe a little squirm there for a moment, reach the arms out. Pull the navel in. Again, use your support. Inhale. You're gonna turn the leg out, tendu, piqué lift, right side, plie, close. Again, to the side, turned out, piqué and plie. To the back, little brush lift, and center one more time, out to the side, lift it up, and little moment in the middle. Now the left leg, turn it out, inner thigh, inner ankle leads, and then lift. Try to scoop the inner heel, plie, in the center, close, take it out. Lift it up, use your support, and plie, reach it back. Tendu, lift, and then plie. One more to the side, lift it up, and close. Gently come back to parallel. Now using your support, this is more of a brush, a little dégagé, yeah? So we're gonna brush it forward and back, parallel. Notice that there's a long line of energy from the top to the crown of the head, yeah? And then through the standing leg. Now, pause, turn the legs out, same legs, so we're building a little bit of stamina there. Brush forward and back. Hand at the low belly as you need, out in front. Just brushing, just fun, easy. Now pause, plie in the middle, same leg. I know the standing leg you're feeling, so we're building that resilience. Now, brush, bend the knee, little attitude moment, and then brush it back. Doesn't have to be high. You can even look for it and look for it over your shoulder. It can be as high as makes sense in your body. Swing from the core. Feel like you're pushing the energy, brushing the energy forward and back. Standing leg, deserves a little moment. Flex the foot. Feel the inner thigh. And then shift it side to side. Let the hips circle. And we'll try the other side. So dance break to come to the other side. beginning parallel, little brush, and then brush back, forward and back. And it's low. Yeah, low and easy. Find that you're zipping up from the low belly all the way up to the heart. Parallel, pause. I wanted to turn it out, so here we go. Now we can turn it out. Plie, first position, and then brush it forward and back. Forward and back. Be careful if you have a mat, you're scuffing. You don't stub your toe as you go forward and back. Now bend the knee, and again, it doesn't have to be very high. Little attitude, right? Little attitude goes a long way as you brush forward and back. And start to wake up the back, the hips, the core. Maybe you take it a bit higher, turning out, inner ankle, inner arch toward you, looking for it, and relax. Sit into the opposite hip, flex through the foot, wake up the top of the leg there and inner thigh, and then let it swirl, dancing toward your mat if you had to move off. And then we'll take it, a big reach up, take a side bend, and then the other side, just easy, coming back through the center, coming onto all fours. So if you need to use your chair or your wall to help guide you down, we'll be stepping back through a lunge and down to one knee, hands and knees. And then from here, coming to all fours. Now, this idea of pushing up and that same push out we were working with, I want you to find it here. If your knees are sensitive, you could always use a blanket underneath or fold your mat over, and then claw the floor and shift the weight forward and slightly back. Curl the toes under. I want you to feel the weight shifting from your hands to your feet in whatever fashion works for you. Yeah. And if this is too much, everything we do on our hands and knees, you could do on your forearms if you want to try that. Shifting forward and back, and it might be a smaller movement, and that's okay too. Drawing the navel in and up. And then let's come back up to hands and knees. Now, for some of us sitting back, hips all the way to the heels, may feel like too much, so you can stay slightly forward, but come off the hands and relax. Completely relax. Let your chest go, your shoulders, let your head go. And then building toward a plank energy as you come back up. Now, it's up to you if it feels better to pad the knees and come slightly forward. So it's like modified push-up, but we're not pushing necessarily up. I just want you to shift into this modified push-up position or modified plank to start, and then pressing back, stretching the hips towards the heels. Coming forward like you're pulling a heavy window closed, and then pike the hips up as you reach back. Again, pull, claw, zip up the belly, and then rest. One more, and rest. Now let's come off the knees for a moment. Just sit on your right hip and let the legs extend out to the side on the diagonal. Now they don't have to be straight, and it might feel nice to come onto your forearm, onto your elbow. And then gently shift the weight to the outer hip. So it's a little of a bit of a massage there for the outer hip. And then shift forward. So ironing out the hip, coming forward and back, just so that you can feel that point where you are on the outer hip, and then maybe you can pick up one leg and the other leg. Maybe two legs are one and you pick them both up, and then lie back down. Again, rock. Lift one leg, the other leg, maybe both legs, and rest. Press up, pause for a moment, and then let's come to the other side. So swing the legs out and around, and that might take a beat, don't rush. And then from the hand, come onto your forearm. Pressing down through the palm, legs are stacked. They don't have to be straight. And then first we're shifting to the outer hips. You can feel there's like a speed bump maybe in the hip, those muscles that we're massaging and ironing out. Sit back in it now, pull the navel in and see if you can pick up the top leg, maybe the bottom leg, maybe both legs, and pause. Shift slightly forward. Again, rock back one leg, the other leg, two legs are one, and just playing with it just to see, oh, like it's surprising how heavy the legs are. So we have to zip up and find our core, press back to center. So legs can be out in front, straight if that's for you, or slightly bent. And then thinking about the push-up as functional, energy to move up and out of the earth. Like how do I push myself up and out of bed every morning? So as you shift to your right, close the legs, just press the weight into the hands and then sit up. You can use the hands on the knees and then shift to the other side, turning the legs in and down, push the weight into the hands, maybe a micro bend in the arms there, and then back to center. You can use the hands to plant the feet, sit tall, and then the legs come to the right. Hands, push, bend the elbows just enough, and then hands, feet plant, hands, hips, other side, little push. So this is how we push up. One leg, one hand, other leg, and bend the elbows. Maybe you can take your chest just a little bit further. Take your time in the transitions. Pause, one more. Other side. Bend the elbows and push up. Excellent. Now, let's come onto hands and knees once again. And as you come onto hands and knees, claw the floor. Stretch your right leg back and reach through the ball of the foot into the earth and stretch the heel. Pull the navel in. And I want you to push the floor away with your hands and then relax. Push the floor away and relax. One more time. Push the floor away and relax. Bring the right knee in. Notice the difference in the legs. And then stretch the left leg long. So you're going to reach through the ball of the foot, push and stretch through the inner heel. And then claw the floor, push the floor away and relax. Push the floor away and relax. One more, push the floor away and relax. Good, plant both knees. Again, notice. Now, I'm going to back up slightly on the mat and then come onto your forearms. Interlace the hands here and shift your weight back. So you're going to walk the knees back so that you come into that diagonal line towards plank. Now if you need, you can, oh, that feels good. Let it all kind of come down to the floor for a moment. I'm scooching forward just to have a little more room. And from here, even just that scooching, very technical term, scooch, gives you a sense of stretch from side to side. So let the hips rock side to side. We just did that seated, but now get a feel going side to side with the toes curled under. And now bend the right leg, bend the left leg, curling the heel towards your hips. If at any point you need to lie down and come off the elbows, feel free. Now shift the weight to your left hip. And let's bend the knees to do that. So weight goes to the left hip, push the floor away with the forearms. Pull the belly button in, come back to center. Keep lifting the belly, and then shift to the right hip, push the floor away, pull the belly in. Again, back through center. So you can do this. Legs go left, or feet go left, push the floor, belly pulls in, come back through center, feet go right, push the floor, belly pulls in. Now, if you like, come all the way down for a moment and just allow the legs to windshield wiper side to side. Now it's enough to stay with that for a second set. Or if it's feeling good in your body, press the palms, or interlace the hands, press the forearms down, pull the navel in, and lift your hips off the floor any amount, and then rest. So you're filling the low back with breath. Push the floor with the arms, pull the belly in. See if you can pull the elbows and the knees toward one another to help lift your hips off the floor, and then come back down. So this modified plank, it's a lot of core work. Push down, pull in, and then try to pull together. Pull it together, the elbows and the knees, and then rest. Come all the way down, come off of the arms, rest your head maybe on your hands, allow it to swing out, or simply wiggle. And then gently release, stretching the arms back. Coming up, interlace the hands once again. Now, you could do the same thing. You could simply shift side to side. You could shift and try to lift the hips any amount. You could simply lift the hips, lift the navel, extend the spine, pulling and kicking at the same time. Or if you have more energy today, join me in lifting. So we come to this modified plank, and then take your outer right hip down, pull up through the middle, outer left hip down, up through the middle. Side to side, massaging the low back with this movement, pulling the elbows towards your hips and the navel towards the spine as you extend the head and the tail. Come back to center, woo, all the way down. And then bring your hands in close. Let's press up and press back. All fours, hips towards heels if child's pose feels good to you, or if that's too much for the knees, just come forward and let your chest soften towards the ground. Take a deep breath. Exhale, crawling forward. Now, if this feels good in your wrists, then you can do the same thing on your hands, stretching the right leg back and pulling the navel in, stretching the left leg back. Feel like you're pulling a heavy window closed with the arms. Then plant your right knee and plant your left. Again, if you need to modify, come onto your forearms. Left leg steps back, three-pointed plank, pull with the arms, push the floor away, right leg steps back. Take a moment, breathe, and then lower the left knee and lower the right. Excellent. Now chest softens any amount, hips towards heels. One more variation, bringing yourself forward. So these are, I'm just gonna pause for a moment. These are micro movements. You don't have to take a giant push up and flop down on the floor. Control your breath, slow down the movement, and make it subtle, and less is more here. Zip it up and find this action in the core more than the arms as we explore a push-up variation. So coming to all fours, and then shift into the hinge, pull the navel in, pull the elbows in close to the body, and take a micro bend in the arms, and then press the floor away. Pull the navel in. Pull your heart forward, elbows in, little bend, and then press the arms towards straight without locking out. Pull the navel in, pull the heart forward, little bend in the elbows, and press it back. Hopefully feeling a little vibration, a little shaking here as you pull forward. Maybe you can go out on the edge a little further and then press up. And then one more time, little push up, pull the navel in, and then press it back. Hips towards heels, pause. Now shift forward, take a seat, however it works for you. As you come to sit, take the legs out, right leg out. Let's keep the left leg in. If you feel when you sit like this that you're sinking back or collapsing, it's helpful to sit up on a block. So you could place your hips on the block. Oh yeah, feel so much taller and you have more access to the breath. And then this strap, if you like, can go around the sole of the right foot. Now this just gives us some feedback to get a feel that everything's connected. Yeah, as I draw the leg back toward, or the toes back towards me, I can press down through the earth, sit even taller, perhaps walking the hand down, and then rotate the spine. All of that opening rotation. See if you can find it here as you reach up, give me a little high five here, palm toward me, and then pull the elbow in, and then reach a little deeper into the side bend, pull the elbow in. One more big reach, and pull the elbow in. Pause, release the lasso, and then bring the right leg in. Notice, oh, so much more open perhaps. And now the left leg extends out. Toes flex back toward you. Again, you can lasso and loop the ball of the foot. And then inch the hand down, find the rotation. Feel that sense of pushing down through the legs to radiate up and out through the crown. And then reach, give me a high five, and reach up and over, inching the hand down, and then pull the ribs in, pull the elbow in. Inhale, and exhale, and again, up and over, and pause. Inhale, press down through the foot, anchor through the hips, and then release. Taking the strap off to the side for a moment, bring the leg in, and then perhaps bring both legs over to one side to come off of the block if you're sitting side saddle there, and then set your block off to the side. Inhale, come forward, all fours. Now step your right leg out and push up and out of the feet, right leg out, right arm up. And then gently put the hands down, both knees down. Lift to step the left leg out. So we push up and reach. Touch the sky, push into the outer edge of the foot. And then exhale, palms back down, all fours. Step your right leg forward. Use the chair or the wall as you need support. And then stand tall. Notice how you feel as you reach up. Hold on to your left wrist. Let's give it some love. Give it a squeeze. Say thank you to the wrist. Make a little more space in the hands from the work in plank. Take a plie with a wobble and a shimmy, and then reach up and over other side. And massage that forearm. And then reach. Again, doesn't matter if the arms are overhead. It's more about saying thank you to the arms and the hands and the wrist here. Now release, and then a little wobble. Good. Step to your right, step to your left. Reach out on an X. Side bend, like you're climbing, reaching for a really high vine, stretching the lungs, reaching into the sky. And thank you. I'm Suzy. I look forward to dancing with you again soon. I hope you feel strong and connected. Have a beautiful day.